When I'm coming up with introductions, I usually sit there searching for something witty or creative. But with the topic of the WNBA repeatedly embarrassing and undermining itself, I hardly have to think at all. Just turning on their top clips supplies all the material I could want. Let's just look at a sampling. Did that really just happen? You're not imagining things. You just saw one of the most awkward stepbacks ever aired live, followed by the worst off-glass alley-oop in televised history. And, honestly, what's the defender doing clearing out of the lane? How is it possible to miss a wide-open dunk like that? Watching the WNBA, it's as if every game is its own special episode of Shaqtin' a Fool. But as much as I'm joking around each year, it seems like the league invents a new way to damage its own image and credibility. For example, look at what happened in 2022. When Steph Curry took home the NBA All-Star MVP, this was his trophy, custom designed by Victor Solomon, a guy whose work can run up to $330,000 just for a single award. But the trophy for the WNBA All-Star MVP 2022 brought us, believe it or not, that's real. No exaggeration. People searched around and found a dead ringer online for $17.95. This wasn't a serious award, it was a punchline. Barely suitable for Little League, much less the best players in the world, and even her teammates and WNBA peers joked about its size and look. But if you think this was the low point, just wait. Let's compare championship parades. Here's San Francisco for the Warriors' 2022 title. Streets packed with excited fans, confetti everywhere, celebrating their squad's journey through the season. Now take a look at the WNBA parade for their latest champions. There's basically no one. In fact, you'd be hard-pressed to count the audience on both hands. Rush hour on a Tuesday has more traffic than this victory parade. If that isn't the textbook definition of embarrassing, I don't even know what is. But actually I do. Let's talk about trades. Everyone remembers NBA blockbusters? Anthony Davis joining the Lakers in 2019, Kyrie Irving's move to Boston, or when Shaq went to Miami back in 2004. But WNBA trades, there's basically only one anyone outside the diehard fans can recall. I guarantee most people, when they think WNBA trade, think of Brittany Griner's swap for Victor Bout. Hard to believe, but for basketball followers, the most notable trade in WNBA history was Griner being exchanged with, yes, the so-called Merchant of Death. And that's not the only head-scratcher involving Griner. In 2016, she boldly claimed she could beat DeMarcus Cousins one-on-one. When NBA guys like Cousins or Kevin Durant said, "No way, why?" she shot back with this response. Even her Olympic coach at the time, when asked who he'd bet on, said, "I'd go to the ATM, sell my house, and put all my money on DeMarcus Cousins." And can you blame him? All you have to do is Google greatest WNBA player ever, and Diana Taurasi's name shows up. Yet in the 2021 WNBA Finals, in a tie game with 144 to play, what did the GOAT do? She missed a wide-open layup when it mattered most. Supposedly, the world's most exceptional women's league, and a legendary player blows a gimme in crunch time with it all on the line. But hey, maybe that's not so shocking, considering one player actually called the WNBA the toughest, most competitive league on the planet. Check it out. We work so hard in the WNBA, this is the most competitive league anywhere. Only 144 women get the privilege, and the competition is fierce. So if you love basketball, you love the WNBA. If you thought that was a hot take, wait until the discussion about the wage gap. Here's Kelsey Plum on air saying, "We're not demanding NBA salaries, we just want the same percentage of league revenue, or at least a similar share." But here's the thing, maybe a quick business class would help. Back in 2018, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver flatly said that the WNBA has lost $10 million every season it's been around. Yes, popularity and revenue are growing, but unless something changed recently, the league is still deep in the red. So when players push for a greater revenue split, it doesn't quite add up. The owners are still on the losing side. Worse yet, the WNBA sometimes pushes away support or advice from those trying to help. One time, Luka Doncic posted a video supporting a rookie on social media, telling her to keep up the great work and predicting she'd win Rookie of the Year. The response? Coming from a guy who's never been to a game but got sent a jersey and recorded a scripted video. Why try to guilt-trip NBA stars for showing support, scripted or not? It's a good look for the league, and it keeps happening. Shaquille O'Neal once offered a suggestion to make games more exciting. His idea? Lower the rim just a bit, like they do in women's volleyball with the net. More dunks equals more highlights. Let's see how that went over. Think about it. The WNBA three-point line is closer, the basketball is smaller, the quarters are shorter, but any talk of making the rim lower for more dunks and excitement gets dismissed immediately. A real missed opportunity. Maybe more high-flying action would fill seats and cut down on jokes like these. I'm so angry. Someone broke into my car and now I have 4 WNBA tickets instead of 2. Maybe if there was more in-game energy and highlights, people wouldn't be sleeping through the games. Literally. Look, all kidding aside, this video is just poking fun. I genuinely believe the WNBA has untapped potential. Okay, maybe not NBA level, but at least on par with other women's sports like tennis or UFC. Just imagine if the league focused less on pay complaints, more on creative growth, and seriously stopped giving out $18 souvenir tins as championship trophies. For instance, just consider some of the league's most questionable promotional attempts. Who could forget that time the WNBA's opening night was promoted directly against the NBA Finals? It's almost as if someone dared them to see how small an audience they could actually get. And then there's the infamous free ticket campaigns where teams have literally handed out thousands of tickets just to try to fill the lower bowl. Unfortunately, even then, the actual turnout sometimes looked more like a library than a pro sports event. It raises the question, who exactly are they marketing to? It's like every time there's a golden opportunity, the league misses an open layup. But the off-court decisions don't stop there. Remember during the pandemic-shortened 2020 season? The league chose a remote bubble site in Bradenton, Florida, inside a convention center sharing space with a youth volleyball tournament. Athletes spent months on site, avoiding COVID, only to then watch their biggest playoff games be broadcast on tape delay, while high school cheerleading aired live. And if you're looking for lessons in self-sabotage, it doesn't get more textbook than that. And speaking of major moments, the league's handling of viral video clips is another highlight reel of unintentional comedy. The handful of WNBA dunks get recycled yearly for hype promos, yet for every one highlight slam, dozens of blooper reels go viral. Missed breakaway layups, open airballs, or defensive confusion all shared are more for laughs than inspiration. It might seem harsh, but when the biggest social media moments are commonly used for punchlines, it's a sign the league needs a new highlight strategy altogether. But the fun doesn't stop with fans. Sometimes the league makes bold attempts at crossover branding only to fall flat. Celebrity All-Star Game? Hey, let's invite influencers who've never dribbled a ball in their lives. Halftime performances? Hope you like mid-level magic acts and whatever local pop group was available for under $200. When people want to see great basketball, they pay for it. When they want a comedy of errors, well, that's what Twitter's for. Critics might call this unfair, but the players honestly deserve better. Many are incredibly skilled, hard-working athletes who simply need a stage and a spotlight. How about focusing on the success stories? Skylar Diggins-Smith building a dedicated fan base, Aja Wilson leading Vegas to a title, or legends like Sue Bird redefining longevity? Imagine if the league leaned into what's working. Strong personalities, unique stories, community connections, instead of tired PR spin and play-by-play apologies for another empty arena. And let's get serious about TV deals. If your championship clincher isn't even broadcast in HD, something has to change. This is a professional sports league. We want our screens full of fast breaks, not pixels. The truth is, the blueprint for success is out there. Look at the Women's World Cup, the NWSL's growth, or women's college basketball's March Madness explosion. They've shown how storylines, rivalries, and visibility can turn even casual viewers into diehards. So, WNBA, if you want to thrive, embrace the highlight moments and own the viral clips, good, bad, or meme-worthy. Treat marketing like it matters, not as an afterthought. Give out trophies that look like they belong, not party favors from the clearance aisle. Listen to the fans and players who love your game. Don't turn away the few superstars and loyal supporters who actually want to help. Because at the end of the day, basketball fans want to be inspired. They want something to cheer for, moments that make you jump out of your seat, stories that get you talking, memories that stick with you. So here's hoping the league's not afraid to make real changes. And because with the right moves, the WNBA could finally seize the big stage rather than the blooper reel. And just maybe one day, that parade route will actually be packed. Wouldn't that be a highlight worth sharing? Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, give this video a like, subscribe for more wild basketball takes, and drop your best WNBA what-if scenarios in the comments.